Hello, San Diego. Thanks for joining us here on CBS 8 Plus. I'm meteorologist Shawn Styles with a look at your weather. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Take a look at this sunset from the East County from Hamul, looking towards the west, obviously. Beautiful evening out there. The day was fantastic from the coast, inland valleys, mountains, and deserts. Everyone enjoying absolutely spectacular weather pattern over Southern California. For that matter, most of the western United States as high pressure settles in. And tomorrow begins the official start of the meteorological first day of winter. Obviously, the first day of winter is on December 1st, but from a meteorological standpoint, it is December, January, and February. So we'll get that rolling here. It won't feel like that, though, as we look at our forecast here temperature-wise. 73, 70, 68. It's going to be really nice tomorrow. We'll have those clouds like you saw in that live shot there, just kind of getting in underneath the dome of high pressure and making for some really, really nice conditions. Temperatures will stay at or slightly below average as we make our way into the first part of the work week here as the shopping frenzy gets underway. A very shortened shopping season here for Christmas because Thanksgiving was so late this year. Current temperatures were still low 70s throughout the East County along the coastline, mid to upper 60s, 69 in Carlsbad, Encinitas, and Oceanside at the airport, Chula Vista 68, 71 downtown, 58 in Julian, 57 at Mount Laguna, and 73 out in the Borrego Springs area. Overnight lows going to cool off a little bit, but not dramatically. So 43 in Ramona, always cooler there, along with Campo. Those higher valleys collect that cool air. And we're going to be mid-50s from the coastline, mid to lower 50s inland. El Cajon 48, and Borrego will be at 50. Tomorrow, 78. So you rebound. Everyone will be a little bit warmer tomorrow than you were today. So we're going to push it into the mid to upper 70s in some of the East County locations, El Cajon, Ramona. And then as you get towards the coastline, the water temperature now 59 degrees, so that's keeping things mild at the coastline. So we'll be upper 60s, low 70s along the beaches. And once you get off the beaches, places like Miramar, La Mesa, 74, so looking pretty good there. Surf, kind of a fading southwest groundswell, still fun out there, 1 to 3 feet, maybe 2 to 3 feet on those southwesterly breaks. And the water temperature, as I said, 59. The rip current risk is down. Low tide at 3:29 coming from that big high at 8:02 a.m., 6.1 to a negative 0.6. So a nice walking beach in the evening. Look at the humidities. It's drying out as high pressure really squeezes the atmosphere, and those molecules that are bouncing around, they're creating enough warmth in the atmosphere to dry things out. And then the light offshore flow, not Santa Ana type winds, but the offshore flow is pushing that drier air towards the coastline. As you look up in the North County there, you can see Carlsbad at 26% humidity, even downtown San Diego at San Diego International, 29%. Winds, nothing really to speak of until we get into the afternoon tomorrow. This will be the onshore flow coming in just a little bit. And then the winds will slack off and overnight become almost non-existent, and then they'll build once again as they push inland. So a very weak onshore flow, and hence the clear skies. That's a live look from Mount Soledad. We've got the Coronado Island, South Island, North Island there, and that's the entrance to Mission Bay. We've got South Mission, Mission, and Pacific Beach here for you, and off in the distance, OB and Point Loma. 71 at San Diego International, the official reading station for downtown San Diego. Look at those winds, light out of the northwest at 3. And as we said, 29% in the atmosphere as far as moisture content. Have you seen any of the video coming out of the Northeast and up around Buffalo? They have just been getting pounded with lake effect snow. Look at this cold air just diving down out of Canada, pushing across the Northeast. So they are gripped in a very, very cold pattern. And out west, high pressure ridging in. Cold air still coming down out of the central and northern Rockies. As we pull back and look at things, look at this jet stream just flying along here in the northern Rockies, but high pressure out over the Pacific, keeping everything out of our neck of the woods. As far as what we're talking about here in Southern California, this is where the high pressure is. It's keeping the storm track to the north of us. We showed you the satellite loop. This is a computer generated model, and showing you where the jet stream is pushing very quickly down out of the Canadian area, and then the high pressure blocking everything, keeping us high and dry. That's where we'll stay right on into, say, Tuesday and Wednesday. And I don't see anything being able to push for this through this high pressure. Notice the huge amplitude of the high pressure. But watch what starts to happen here over northern Mexico and southern Arizona and New Mexico. A cutoff low forms, and that starts to spin up. High pressure weakens. We won't see anything of any major consequence until possibly the end of next weekend. That area of low pressure eventually spins up over New Mexico. Looking at your 7-day forecast, 70 tomorrow, as I said, that'll probably be the warmest day of the week. And then once we get into the weekend, we'll also see that slight warm up. But we get a little bit of a cool down as we move into the mid part of the work week. Low 70s for you folks in the inland microclimates. And for the mountains, a little bit of breeziness, nothing of any major consequence, a little bit more of a Santa Ana type condition as we get towards Tuesday and Wednesday. And those temperatures cool down also in the mountains and in the deserts. You'll see them stay in the mid to upper 70s. That's a look at your weather.